This is going to be a fun video where I read some mean comments and address criticism and uncover some misconceptions about what I do on the channel. Let's get to comment number 1 from Carlos Camacho. This is on the Bandman Kevo video. Fake gurus, LOL, why do you care so much? The biggest hater I've ever seen. At the end of the day, no one needs to prove anything to anyone. Carlos is absolutely correct. No one has to prove anything to me, nor am I going around demanding people prove stuff to me. That's not the point of my videos. The videos where I talk about these gurus, the reason why I think they're valuable to the social media atmosphere is because right now we have so many people that are following these gurus without knowing really what they're about. And I think it's healthy to have a little pushback. If someone goes around making a bunch of claims and makes vague videos, I think it's important for the people that follow them have a pretty good idea of what they're doing. Now, I'm not a hater at all, Mr. Carlos, and even though he thinks I'm the biggest hater he's ever seen. The point of my videos is not to hate anyone. There is no hate in my heart. It's just simply people talk about a certain guru, or I see a guru that's making a bunch of claims and I go investigate. And the reason why I do is I think it's good for consumers. I think it's important for this world that we live in, this social media driven world where you've got a lot of people, and there are a lot of absolute fake gurus too. That is really prevalent right now, where people are getting scammed. They're getting into these programs and losing thousands of dollars and getting sucked into tens of thousands of dollars of debt, sometimes on credit cards. And so I'm just here to push back a little bit. I just want to create awareness for social media as a whole, and that is my idea of what I'm doing. That's why I think it's important. That's why I care so much. I actually care for the consumer. I'm on Carlos's side, funny enough. Comment number 2 on Tyler Hero's video. This is some next level pocket watching. I was not familiar with the term pocket watching before these videos, which people love to comment that. It's like, I got you, Spencer, you're pocket watching. So after looking it up, pocket watching is essentially if I walked around to my neighbors' houses and like asked how much money they made. Yeah, that's none of my business. But these are videos that these athletes put out in public. They go on GQ Sports that gets millions of views. So it's like bizarre to me that people think it's pocket watching when I'm simply just watching a video and providing some context. The point of these videos, these athletes going broke, which I just put out a video. My last video was about why I make those videos. Hopefully you watched it. I thought it was really good. It's performing really well, so I know a lot of you watched it. But it's enjoyable to me to analyze other people's finances because I think there's a lot to learn. A lot of us are fans of sports and we watch these athletes and we see that they make $5 million and then you hear about them going broke and these percentages, about 60, 70, 80% of them going broke. To me, I enjoy making videos that educate and that help you understand the world better. Doesn't mean after one video you're going to become an expert on personal finance. That's not the point. It's just simply that maybe by watching one video, now you can understand when you see someone go broke, there's some certain terms that you can understand, or you have a better idea of why it happens. That's the point of the videos. It's not to pocket watch. Comment number 3, you don't understand athletes. This was on the Tyler Hero video. It's really funny because I was actually a college baseball player. I played Division II baseball in North Carolina at a school called Catawba College. We were nationally ranked. We were real solid. I played in about, I think it was 39 games my freshman year. So I got in and played. I was pretty decent. I was all state in high school. I was not good enough to make it to the next level. So after about a year and a half, I got burnt out. I played in a summer league in college, a collegiate summer league down in Florida, played against some really good cats. And I've played against plenty of guys who went first round. I've played against guys who went pro. I've played with guys that have went pro, as well as had really solid careers in baseball, making good money. One of which was Zach Wheeler. He's on the Philadelphia Phillies. He signed for like $100 million. And so I've been in sports my whole life. I was a sport management major in college, and right after college, I worked in sports organizations. So I actually have a really good, solid understanding of sports. That's my past. If you hang out with me in person, you'll get to know that really quickly. I'm like an encyclopedia with sports. So the angle I like to come from with these videos when I kind of talk about personal finance is I'm interested in personal finance. I'm very frugal. I understand what these athletes go through. I've had a behind the scenes look at some star players. And so I feel like the value I can provide with these videos, different than maybe other YouTubers, is that I feel like my background provides a little different lens through which you can view these athletes' videos, because these are pretty popular videos. They get a lot of views. And so I'm trying to educate in all my videos. Hopefully those who watch it get something out of it. On to the next comment. All right, so this is an enjoyable one to me. This is a comment by one user on the Bandman Kevo video where I talk about him trying to silence me. And this is a lot of hate. This guy does not like me. Oh, excuse me, it could be a girl. Jamie Smith, I don't know. Get a freaking life, Spencer. Kevo is what he says he is. Don't lie to no one. Screw yourself. Who gives a... Basically, he goes on a cursing rampage. You are a piece of crap and hating on Kevo because he's black. Donald Trump does some of the same stuff Kevo talks about, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, so whenever I get comments like this, I never try to respond emotionally. I never try to like come at them because this is obviously a personal attack. He's implying that I'm racist, right? You are a piece of crap hating on Kevo because he's black. Indicating that he thinks I made the video simply because of skin color, which is not the case. If you watch my videos, that's not the case at all. Simply, a lot of people wanted me to make video on him. I did. He also mentioned something about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is obviously a super polarizing figure. There's nothing I'm going to be able to find. I'm just a YouTuber. I'm not going to be able to uncover stuff that the IRS can't. So it's like, to me, making a video on Donald Trump is just, it would just be relying on news and there's nothing else. I don't feel like there'd be any value there. Plus, some people are hot topics that are too polarizing for me. So that's why. But anyway, this person, Jamie Smith, really came at me in this comment section. And what's unfortunate about what happened with this Kevin or Bandman Kevo about the known scammer trying to silence me, okay, it's a little bit the title was going to lead to some of these responses. I get it. I'm playing the game. I got a lot of responses, but there was a lot of negativity and a lot of hate in the comment section for this video, which was fascinating to me. Just understanding where other people were coming from. And what was fascinating to me is I'm actually on the side of the consumer. When I make videos on these, I wouldn't say he's like a fake guru. I didn't think that at all. When I make videos on these gurus, fake gurus, or the people who are in between, I'm on the consumer side. I'm looking at these gurus and I'm going, okay, you have 500,000 people that follow you. I'm just over here. I'm a third party perspective. I have no ties to this guru at all. I have no emotional ties. I don't care if he's a scammer or not a scammer, fake guru or not a fake guru. And so I'm actually on Jamie Smith's side. I'm here saying, hey, if you're following these gurus, and let's say you're at a position in life where you're looking up to them, you think they can help you out financially, then it's actually in your best interest for them to be more transparent. So it's kind of funny that all this hate came my way when I'm actually on your side. The point I'm trying to get at with these videos is be more transparent because your followers would benefit. If you are running an Airbnb business or an exotic car rental business, be more transparent about it. Talk about it. What is your struggles with it? What are your successes? How do you get the stuff financed? Do you use cash? Do you use loans? How do you get the loans? How do you talk to bankers? How do you talk to lenders? What credit score do they look for? What are the actual numbers for running these businesses so your followers can understand that? That's all I do. And it's hilarious when I get so much hate because I'm on your side. All right, on to the next comment. This one is about Russ. These comments really interest me. It's just hilarious when who the F cares about Russ? Really? And my comment back was multiple millions of people. It's kind of bizarre to me when someone has like millions of followers and they're shocked that, why, because I don't like this one person, why do they have millions of followers? To me, I think if you want to educate yourself and become a more rounded adult, I think it's always important to try and understand why. There's fake gurus I made videos about that have millions of followers, and I'm sitting here like, this guy's an idiot. How do these people follow it? And instead of thinking like that, I think it's better to go, okay, clearly I'm missing something. Now, maybe there are 2 million people that really have terrible taste in music and don't like Russ. Clearly this person thinks Russ's music is trash. To me, I think the better mindset is to always go, okay, I'm going to sit back. I don't get this. I don't like Russ's music, but I'm going to sit back and try to understand why so many people follow him. So that's where I was getting at with this comment is simply, we could treat this kind of like an educational lesson. Let's, if you're ever in the mode of looking at a YouTube video and be like, why do millions of people follow this person? I think it's actually more beneficial to learn something from them. Even the people you like strongly dislike, sometimes there's at least 1 or 2 things you can learn from them. Next comment is from the Taylor Swift video I made. She said they would give her an album back for every single new one she produced. You missed so many information, so this video is false. Understand that when I make YouTube videos, there could be 30 minutes. There could be a 30-minute to 60-minute video on all the details. And so my job is to condense the content into as tightly packed and easily digestible of a video for you. There's times when I feel like I can overstuff the video with a bunch of information, but no one's trying to read a Wikipedia page. People want an entertaining video. When they click on a Taylor Swift versus the music industry, it's just 8 to 12 minutes. They want to know the essence of the story, and that's it. And so it's a difficult thing as a creator because I'd love to make 30-minute videos where I just give you all the details, but it takes an insane amount of time to create that kind of video. Very few people want that long of a video, and so unfortunately there's some things I miss. Now, with this specific comment about Taylor Swift, just to address that, I left that out for a reason because Taylor Swift was given a contract where basically her next deal could be it would be a 6-album deal where every new album she created, she would then receive one of her previous albums. She would receive the masters. So we're talking about a $300 million asset, right? That was what it was sold for on the market. So 6 albums, $300 million, fair to say $50 million a pop. So that means every new album she creates, she would earn a $50 million asset that she does not own, nor does she have any reason to own right now. And so she creates an album. Before that album even gets heard, she has made $50 million. Now tell me, how many artists are making $50 million in 2020 off a single album? I felt like that would make her look worse. And so I didn't want to really include that part, because to me, when I heard that, I was like, this is one of the best deals I've ever heard of, just as a third party from the music industry, that you could create an album it's Taylor Swift. It's going to sell well. So the new album's going to make a lot of money. She had all the leverage where she could probably get an insane deal for the future albums. And then she got her masters from the previous one. So over the next 6 years, if she made one album a year, she'd make $300 million. To me, I just felt like that was an incredibly fair deal. And so that's why I left it out. Next comment is from the Bandman Kevo video. You're mad because he didn't entertain you. Why would he ask you to improve his content? He didn't ask you. He doesn't have anything to prove to you, Goofy. This person is absolutely correct. Again, he does not have anything to prove to me. I'm not in this game to have everything proven to me. The point is to prove to the audience, prove to the social media world, prove to all the followers he has, all these people who are blindly following someone, and they believe this guy is a messiah, right? And I'm not speaking specifically about Kevo. I'm speaking about these gurus in general, where people will follow in the hundreds of thousands, and they give the most vague business advice. They have a shady backstory, and then they'll sell $3,000 courses when there's not really that much value there, nor do they probably have a history of doing whatever the course is about. And so I'm over here just saying, hey, let's look into this person a little more. This is for your benefit as followers. And so this person is absolutely correct, but he should want to prove me wrong, because if he proves me wrong, then that would make him look great for all the people following him. We're talking hundreds of thousands of people. That's why. And so addressing the question, why would he ask you to improve his content? That's dumb. I love constructive criticism. If you want to make a video constructive criticizing me, that'd be amazing. If you came out and there's people that leave great comments for me about my lighting, and sometimes I'm off focus, and they say, hey, I love your videos, but here's some criticism. It's great, because that's how I improve. There's plenty of times where I make videos where I'm blind on something, and someone leaves a comment like, hey, love your stuff, but you missed this. And it's like, whoa, that's a really good comment. I love constructive criticism, because that's how you get better. So it's kind of funny to me. I'm just this third party. I give him some tips on how he could actually improve his content for his followers and build up a bigger follower base. And so I just think it's funny that he's like criticizing me, like, he doesn't have to prove anything. Why would he ask you? I don't know, maybe to better his content. Here's another one from the Kevo video. You're a hater. Like, who are you? Another white person jealous and envious of a black person because you're not getting as many views as him. At the time of the video, I think I had more subscribers than him. If I didn't, it was like neck and neck, so that's not the case. Again, it's really unfortunate when people turn to the race card. Instantly, it's like one race over here makes just a video about anything, and then the other person is a different race, and it's like immediately you're envious. To me, that's like the lowest form of criticism. I love criticism. I love comments from people that don't follow me, people that maybe don't like me, because sometimes that can lead you to understanding blind spots. You might make videos in a certain way, but you didn't think about how a whole group of people would have interpreted the video. So that's why it's really good to have all kinds of feedback. But to me, this is the lowest form feedback possible when you like jump to the race card. It's honestly kind of aggravating. You literally wasted your time and energy into digging into his life. You're a sad excuse of a human. Let people do what they want to do. If Kevo wants to talk about selling crack, let him do that. Get a real hobby and worry about yourself, because obviously Kevo is doing something you wish you could. Though I don't have any jealousy. There's nothing that these gurus have that I want. It's not that I have everything in life. It's just I don't look at other people with envy or jealousy. It's like I don't want that. I have a great future ahead of me. I'm simply making these videos for an audience. I'm making them for the social media landscape. I'm making them for the people on Instagram or on YouTube who are in a tough position in life, and they haven't gone through any sales training, or they haven't gone through courses, or they don't know anything about real estate. And these gurus are coming out, and they've got all this jewelry and these flashy cars, and they've got these claims about making $5 million a month and $10 million a year. And they're capturing these people who are vulnerable. Now, not everyone's bad. There's plenty of awesome gurus. And that's kind of the point of the series, is I'm just coming out and saying, hey, look, I'm not going to tell you who to follow. I'm not going to tell you, this person is a scammer, stay away. I'm not here to ruin people's businesses. I'm just simply here as a third party independent to poke and prod a little bit. Like, if you're going to make a video claiming you make $5 million a year, I'm going to start looking. When you start making claims, that's when I just say, okay, prove it. That's all. I'm not a sad. I would hope the people in my life don't think I'm a sad excuse of a human. Next comment. This one is about landlord. The landlord disagrees with Hassan Minaj. So this comment seems to be kind of prevalent in certain circles online. Landlords are useless middlemen. Property management has value, not collecting the money. It's a risk because you parasites drove up prices and made housing risky. I don't know why this person thinks housing is risky. If you look at the timeline of American history, if you buy real estate and just hold for 30, 50, 100 years, it's going to go up. Historically, it's always the case because of inflation. So I don't know why this person would think housing is risky. I'd love to figure out why they think that. If you just buy and hold, there's almost no risk, especially if you have a renter paying just even $10 more than your mortgage. You're going to make money in multiple ways. I don't know why he or she uses the word parasites. It's kind of funny. It's bizarre to me that there is a segment of the population in America who views landlords as parasites. Number one, most landlords own less than 10 properties. We're talking about people that landlording is either a full-time job where they're making median income, like median levels of income, or it's a hobby where they make a little bit extra per month and they can pay their electric bill. Providing housing, if you're not a landlord, you don't understand how hard it can be to be a landlord, to own property. There's so many times when, like this summer, I live in Las Vegas. If my AC goes out, I better have the ability not only to pay for the fix, but also to be able to call someone and have them there as soon as possible. So it's up to me. I am responsible. And my AC went out this summer. You better have money to fix it. Most of my tenants and most tenants across the country, most Americans right now are living paycheck to paycheck. There's plenty of data on like 50 to 80% are living paycheck to paycheck. So what happens when your AC blows if you're a renter? Not everyone wants to become a landlord or a homeowner. And it's kind of funny that when something goes out in the house, most renters don't say, you know what, I'll cover the electric bill. I'll cover the $2,000 it costs to reroute some electrical wiring, or a couple thousand to repaint the house, or I just made a mess, I'm moving out, sorry I made a mess, I'll cover the bill to fix the flooring. I never happened to see that. So there's a lot of value in being a landlord. I wish the people that would view landlords as parasites that you could come to our side. I would love to teach those people how to become a landlord so they can start owning as opposed to renting. They'll find out that it doesn't take as much money as they think, and it is much more challenging than I have a feeling they think as well. Next comment is another Tyler Hero comment. A lot of people missing the point here. Tyler's pretty much guaranteed a second contract. Even if he gets hurt, the Heat would most likely pay sympathy money. This was really refreshing. This person clearly understood what I was doing with the video. One thing that is frustrating as a content creator is when you put a lot of time into a video, you felt like the point was made, you felt like it was very clear, and then people will call you a hater and completely miss the point. It's kind of frustrating. This person clearly got it. So the point of these videos is to simply show how it can happen. The people that are on these GQ sports are going to be athletes that make it. They're going to be athletes like Tyler Hero that make $30 to $50 million, might sign for $100 million in a couple years. He's not going broke, but he is the exception. There are so many players that aren't Tyler Hero that think they are. Isaiah Thomas for the Boston Celtics, top number 2 in MVP voting, gets hurt in the playoffs and doesn't get another big deal. It can happen. And so the point of my videos is simply to educate. I want to show how quickly these athletes can spend money. Thankfully, they're providing their insight into how they spend money, so I can use that as an example. But Tyler Hero is an outlier. Most athletes only play like 3 or 4 years, and this gets even worse when you look at the NFL, because these guys are playing max 3, 4, 5 years, and they spend like Tyler Hero. So the goal is to show, through Tyler Hero, I can show an example of how quickly these athletes spend money. And then maybe just hopefully some athletes that are in the NFL, professional athletes, can watch these videos and then they can see and go, okay, clearly I need to change my lifestyle up, because if I get hurt, if anything happens to me and I'm not making $5 million a year anymore, then I'm in trouble. Hopefully through that series, I get enough views and it can help out real professional athletes. That'd be dope. That would be the end goal, certainly.